Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Pat Voss. This is the Honesty Podcast, episode 1. I shot a Periscope video earlier today that outlined the main episode, just an introductory episode saying who I was. A few things went back and forth about editing. So here we are making YouTube videos. I'll do YouTube and Podbean exclusives, and then I'll have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything else, the main website, Weebly.com website. We'll have all that set up so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing with my regular episodes. But my YouTube specials will more than likely be all my interviews, and then I'll also have any kind of conversations over microphones that are in the same room. I'll have those on Podbean. So I have a way to get to you anywhere you're at. Don't forget, honestypodcast.weebly.com is the main website. Of course, you can reach me at Honesty Podcast on Twitter. And guys, here's the thing. I started off as a very small podcaster, and I started off about the beginning of January of this year, 2016. I started off as a podcaster that didn't have a real aspiration to do anything. I didn't have a microphone. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't know what to do. So this is actually being shot, and I'm just showing you in high definition. This is being shot from my iPhone 7. I am in the midst of having a GoFundMe campaign for just the equipment fees. That'll help get the microphone, the headphones, and the laptop back. Basically, all that does is that helps me to reach you guys the best voice you can have. Of course, the best audio and video that you can have. Try to get a camera hooked up to the laptop as well, depending on what kind of Mac or laptop I get. Guys, I want you to know, unedited is the theme of this podcast. I got the inspiration from people that were listening to LNMU, my previous podcast. That was the Late Night Mix-Up. That was Monday through Friday show there. Anything sports and entertainment, but it was edited. I didn't really say how I felt about certain subjects, and I think now that it's time to do so. It's time to let all that go and do so. This is hashtag honesty, and Spreadshirt.com, where I held all my last merchandise for LNMU, will now be filtered to hold all my hashtag honesty podcast merchandise. It'll be flip-flops for next summer. You'll have hoodies, t-shirts, cups, regular mugs. You'll have hats, backpacks, anything you can think of. Hashtag honesty. It's the Honesty Podcast, unedited, every Saturday at about 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You will see the Honesty Podcast on Periscope. Then it'll go to Twitter, and the feed will be to a Facebook page as well as the website. This YouTube video, as you will see, it will be on honestypodcast.weebly.com every Saturday. And of course, Podbean every Sunday. So all of my other facets are ready to go for you every Saturday, but then Podbean is up every Sunday. That'll be my audio blog. Tomorrow I have, all the time in the world. I am going to a party. We're going to have some fun. And of course, by we, I mean myself and my fiance. By the way, that's something else maybe some of you out there that are fans of my last podcast don't know. I am actually engaged now. My fiance, Devana, rest of the band knows her as Devo from RumorHasItBand.com. That's HAZIT band.com. Go check them out. They're playing a show December 3rd. If you're in the Chicagoland area, December 3rd, they're December 10th. And I know New Year's Eve, anybody in the Schaumburg area or anywhere in Illinois, you want to come down and have a great time for New Year's Eve, come down to MT Barrels in Schaumburg. You'll definitely not regret it. You're going to have a great time. I'll be there, so if you have any questions about the podcast, you have any questions for Devo about the band, anything that you have for either one of us, would be willing and more than willing, obviously not when she's on stage, but we'd be more than willing to answer all your questions and help you out. And here I am. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for the pleasure of the fans of sports and entertainment. That's why I do what I do. And I do it all for free. A lot of people ask me, what is it that you do? Why do you have, why are you just using your phone or what? And in fact, I think it was Boogie on the podcast, episode 1 today, who actually asked me what was my platform of preference. And I said, my platform of preference audio-wise for a podcaster would be Podbean. Podbean for me is essential. Whether or not, if it's a free site where there's limited downloading or limited uploading, where there's unlimited uploading, it's about $108 annually. It's $108 annually. Not a big investment for a huge commitment on their part to let you automatically upload, give you an RSS feed, a website for your podcast, the theme set up. You can download all your pictures to there, your images. It's great. It really, really helps. For $108 a month, or a year rather, good investment. I did it with a late night mix-up. I had over 2,300 downloads within 90 days of starting the podcast, and that's paying the $108 a year. They promote for you as well as you can promote on your with your RSS feed to iTunes, Stitcher Radio app. Of course, you can still have your Twitter and Facebook accounts linked. You can have an Instagram account. Hell, I know a lot of people like my good buddy John Lee Dumas and Pat Flynn. John Lee Dumas and Kate Erickson are from Entrepreneur on Fire, for those of you who don't know. Pat Flynn is from Smart Passive Income. Two different podcasts, great podcasters, all three of them. Kate's Take, obviously, part of EO Fire as well. But go check them out, eofire.com. That's EOFIRE.com. And smartpassiveincome.com, and of course also the Ask Pat podcast. So go check those out. I think a lot of podcasters get the misconception that you need to spend a lot of money. You need to spend thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars to have a nice studio, to have a nice, almost, in a broadcasting booth studio, and you don't need that. Look at Smart Passive Income podcast. If you watch Pat Flynn, you will see, yes, he has a nicer mic, but he's been doing this for years. He's been doing this for, I believe, 8 years. That's a long time. He's had to hone his craft. He's had to get better and better. He knows how to do an email list. He knows how to do an email blast. He's great on social media, and he has great guests. But he's had to develop that over time. Don't think he just started at zero and all of a sudden he had 1 million followers. That's not how it happens. That's not how it happened for me. My max followers on Twitter was 24,000 at its cap. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, that's more followers than Roberto Blake has for YouTube. And Roberto Blake, not on YouTube, but his Twitter page only has, I believe, 11.3 or 11.4 thousand followers. I had 24,000 at my cap. I am now down to 19.3 thousand. After I stopped the late night mix-up, I lost about 5,000 followers, but I still have just under 20,000. For that, I'm trying to convert that audience to come to a more, like I said, unedited, pure product that is the Honesty Podcast. I'm still in works with GMB Sports. It's GME, actually, Global Millennial Entertainment. I'm still in works with them. I still write for GMBsports.com. I write for honestypodcast.weebly.com. I have my Twitter and Facebook and Instagram pages. But think about all that. I have a reach that is free right now. Unless I do Podbean for the extra $108 annually. Right now, my reach is free. It is. I can go onto Facebook Live. I can go onto YouTube. I can go onto Google+. Anything I want is free. Spreadshirt, it's free to set up your online shop. That's it. It's free to get yourself started. But here's the thing. Do not rush in to these relationships. Do not rush into these commitments to do a podcast if you have no idea what your niche is. If you don't know what your audience is, don't commit. So here's the one thing I would definitely suggest for you folks. Find out exactly what it is that you're good at. What is it that you enjoy talking about? What is it? Is it wrestling? Is it MMA? Is it anywhere from, anything? Is it anything in any niche? Find it first, then commit. John Lee Dumas went through tons of things. Finally, entrepreneurs, 7 days a week. Guys, I'll be here episode 2 coming next Saturday. I'll see you guys on Twitter. And don't forget, podbean.com/honesty podcast. Go check it out. I'll leave a link on my Twitter page at Honesty Podcast. I'll see you guys later.